Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, J.I. Colourist. My name is Jody and today we're doing a face-to-face introduction. It's been a little while since we've done face-to-face and I just wanted to pop in and say hello. I hope everyone is doing really well and they're having a wonderful fall and Thanksgiving season for North America and a beautiful spring for our people in the Southern Hemisphere. Today we are going to be using the Rita Berman Seasons book. So regardless of what season you're in, you can take advantage and find a page in here. We, of course, are in fall here in Canada. So I am going to color a few pages from this double page pumpkin spread. And while we are coloring the pumpkins, I am going to show you the pictures of my pumpkin patch from the garden from the start of the year all the way up to harvest time. And then you will see some pictures of what we have done with some of the pumpkins. We had a girls' weekend last weekend, and I supplied the pumpkins for our annual pumpkin carving contest. Or not contest, but just fun girls. And then I also have a beautiful art piece that my daughter-in-law Elizabeth did. And we have a video of the final product. And yeah, hands down, her pumpkin is amazing and worth sticking around to see at the end of the video. All right, this is one of the pumpkins from the garden, and they have all oranged up nicely. It's rather heavy. I did not bring up the largest pumpkins. It's 26 pounds, which is quite heavy for me, so I left it in the basement and someone else can bring it up when we need it. We have already been using the pumpkins in both carving, but also I have made soup. We've done pie, and this weekend we'll be doing pumpkin scones. So these pumpkins will get used for sure. I'm not sure I'm going to do a pumpkin patch next year because this year was such a great year that I might just leave it off at that for a few years. But I really enjoyed bringing you along during the summer, showing you the odd picture of the pumpkin patch growing. So I thought it would be fun to share with you, my fellow colorists and pumpkin lovers, how the pumpkin harvest turned out. All right, let's go over to the desk so we can start coloring, and I will start showing you some pictures from the garden. I may do a voiceover to make sure that I've got the right commentary for the right pictures, but that's about it. So thank you for letting me drop in person and say hello. Again, I hope everyone's doing wonderful. I hope wherever you are in the world, you're having a great season, and let's get to some coloring. Bye-bye. Okay, here we are at the desk. Again, this is Rita Berman's Season book, and we are going to be coloring some of the pumpkins off of this double page spread. I'll probably just pick a pumpkin and color it, or I may stick to one page. I'm not quite sure yet. I am also going to do what Jamie's doing, and that is color at least one of these pumpkins pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I'm going to do that. The pencils I'm going to use today are the Artex 126 pencil set. So I have the Color with Claire color family chart for the Artex, and I've got the pencils actually stored in this order. So I am going to pull out the whole section here from Peach Puff or Pink all the way to Mayan Violet. So that's quite a large variety. Okay, while you watch me do some coloring on screen, I will interject here and there with some comments about coloring and also talk about the pictures on screen. So this is the magenta, and the middle color was the Mayan Violet. So these are my darkest pinks. You'll have to comment down below if you have been coloring pink this October for cancer awareness. I have seen a couple of Jamie's pictures on Instagram and they've turned out really well, so very cool. Okay, I'm gonna do darker on the bottom, and then I'm just gonna keep getting lighter. The next 4 pictures are progress shots of the pumpkin patch as it grows. The first picture is from June 25th, shortly after we planted. And the lightest pink here is Peach Puff. This picture here is the pumpkins filling in, and it is from July 20th, 2024. And we had started with 8 plants. Here we are August, and the plants are fully growing. There are also pumpkins, and I'll show you some pumpkin pictures here. They're all quite green, and they are starting to fill in. This picture here shows the pumpkin patch in September, and there are lots of pumpkins underneath, and some of them are starting to turn a little bit orange, but most of them are staying green, and it's a size picture to my foot. We started getting some frost, and I was worried that it would be too cold for the pumpkins. So October 2nd, my son helped me harvest them and bring them into the house. Here you see my downstairs office is filled with green pumpkins, and I was hoping that they would orange up in the window. And here we are on October the 16th. They did orange up nicely, and so I was pretty pleased with that. So here are my pumpkins, and for size comparison, this is my hand. So they are pretty big for some of them. Some of them are still turning color, but most of them have oranged up very nicely. So this is the first table, and then we got a couple on the chair, and then the rest are here by the window. And yeah, largest pumpkins that I've grown so far. There were 32 harvested, and a few along the way that didn't make it to harvest, but again, look at the size of my hand versus the pumpkin. So lots of them are over 20 pounds, and very, very happy. So this is the pumpkins before carving, and I will show you how some of them become pies and some of them become masterpieces. See you in a bit. We are now off to the pumpkin weekend carving, where there are a bunch of girls having fun carving pumpkins, and it's always a good time. And I'm just alternating, adding a little bit of white to the, I'm trying to do like a faded, kind of like a little bit of a patchwork or stained glass right here. Not sure that it's working, but I still think it's pretty. And just using a whole swack of different pinks. And here you see the pumpkins finished carving. There is a picture of them unlit and then a picture with them lit up. When I don't find that the white is blending out enough, I am grabbing my Derwent Chinese white, and that's a much more opaque white, and just bringing that in. Okay, so this is how this one has turned out, and I think it's okay. A little bit different, and I decided I would like to try some of my new gel pens that I just recently hauled, and this is the Stardust Light Pink, and so I thought I would use it on some of these accents. So I'm gonna do a little bit of colored pencil and then some of the gel pen. When it was dark enough outside, we transferred our pumpkins to the outside step, and I think they turned out amazing. So maybe I'll do a couple of these together with you. I should keep out the ones that I'm using so that I can have the blend similar. Not that it matters, because I don't think I've seen a pink pumpkin anywhere before. And then I'll just blend a little bit with the white. The Artex white certainly isn't very opaque, so it's okay to use to smooth out, but yeah, it's just okay. I have since used the pumpkins to make a bunch of food items, and I've also given pumpkins away to others to carve and make food as well. I'll finish off the rest of this and I'll be back. Okay, and here's how our pink pumpkin has turned out. I think he looks kind of cute. Yeah, I think that I'm happy with him. I will maybe grab the darker pink and see how that works here. So this is the Stardust Pink from Jelly Roll. Okay, we'll leave it there and we'll move on to another pumpkin. We're going to shift over one and work on this pumpkin here. I started out using the Spectrum Noir Sparkle pen in Peachtree, and it was very, very juicy, and it actually has started to bleed through the page, so I've stopped using that. And yeah, so just gonna stick with pencils, I guess. So I have got Artex Fern Green, and I'm going to use some of this. And I also have Lime Peel, and I'm going to combine those two colors. So I just thought I'd carry on, and we'll do one more pumpkin together, and I'll continue on showing you some photos. Had a really fun time with the girls' weekend. It's an annual event that we do. I have supplied the pumpkins last year as well, but this year they were even larger. The next series of pictures is of Elizabeth, my daughter-in-law, her pumpkin. She did this freehand with no stencil, just from her own imagination. And there are multiple pictures of the same pumpkin, just from different sides and angles. And I just got to say, amazing job, Elizabeth. A little bit of sunburst yellow to brighten that orange up a little bit. And let's try this yellowed orange. See how that looks. That's a nice color. Later in the video, you will see a clip of Elizabeth's pumpkin on a turntable. These pencils do color nicely in this book, on this paper. This is pale vermilion. And a little bit of cast shadow here. Just a little bit of light yellow on this side. We're going to finish off this pumpkin, and then I will sign off and let you get on with the rest of your day. Thank you so much for coming along, and hope you enjoyed seeing the pumpkins and the fun creations that were made. I'm still amazed at the excellent job that my daughter-in-law did. She's a wonderful artist herself, and she did an amazing job. And I love how she filmed it turning, so you can see all of the intricate patterns. I'd love if you commented below and shared whether or not you still carve a pumpkin at your house. And if you do carve a pumpkin, what do you do with your pumpkin afterwards? Do you cook it? Do you compost it? Let me know. Okay, that is our pumpkin. And let me scan you out a bit. We got 2 pumpkins accomplished today. So I still have a long way to go, but that's okay. This is not a race. I hope you had fun today. Thank you so much for coming along and joining me and spending a little bit of time with me. I hope you had fun looking at the pictures, and I hope you had some fun coloring in your own book as well. All right, my friends, take care for now, and until next time, have a creative and colorful week. Bye-bye.